How's it going, folks? I'm Black Dragon, and this is Dynamic Prospecting video number 5. We'll call this one Let the Haters Hate. So listen, my diet's going really well. You guys can follow me on my diet plan. Just look me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, JBunchII, and you can follow me, Fat Boy Getting Skinny, on Facebook. Hook me up with MyFitnessPal, or you can link up with me with Samsung Health or My Walk, and we're going to walk these pounds off of us. So anyway, this is Dynamic Prospecting video number 5, Let the Haters Hate. So sometimes in your motorcycle club, you run into some real freaking haters. They're mean and mad and angry. They don't like no damn body. And most of all, they don't know why they don't like anyone. Those of you who know my prospecting story, I prospected for a long time, years. I came into my motorcycle club during the middle of a civil war. One side against the other, each one not wanting to bless the other side prospect so that the vote could not be changed. They didn't want to tip the scales in one person's favor or another. But there were a couple other reasons I had a hard time prospecting. I was a bad prospect, just terrible. I had a very terrible attitude. I was stingy. I didn't know how to share. I didn't understand the concept of we. Arrogant. So that didn't help. And then there were some club haters. And haters, people who don't welcome you in with an open arm, they're typically bad for the motorcycle club altogether. They typically aren't good brothers or good members anyway. And we had these guys, and there were a lot of things, like I wasn't from the same neighborhood, and I wasn't from the same hood. I didn't speak English the same way some of those guys spoke English. Some thought maybe I was a little bit too educated, didn't trust me. Maybe they thought I was a snitch or soft, because I could express myself in different ways. I could speak, I could communicate, I could write. These guys decided that, nah, he's not going to work. And so came the time for this vote or that vote, and I just didn't make it. In my club, you had to have 100% vote. And one guy or the other, the president, or maybe the sergeant armed somebody, nah, we don't want this guy. Let him prospect some more. And it was discouraging. Oh, heartbroken, because all I wanted to be was Black Sabbath. And every motorcycle club in the city, after a while, it was like, forget those guys, man, you're good. Come over, be with us. But you see, I knew that was my MC. I knew that the tenets of the founders of that MC, the tenets that they had expressed and espoused, I knew those were tenets that I could live up to. And just the fact that a SOB told me I couldn't be Black Sabbath. And they used to tell me all the time, you will never be Black Sabbath. 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 Never. And I thought to myself, F you, man. You can't stop me. This is my motorcycle club too. It's my motorcycle club because I wax these floors. It's my motorcycle club because I clean these bathrooms. It's my motorcycle club because I ride and rode and watched bikes and guarded bikes and sweated and toiled. You can't take my motorcycle club from me. As long as I have an opportunity to prospect, I'm going to prospect until I get in this club I've decided to join. F you and the horse you rode in on, you hater. Oh, and the guy that hated the most, he was the sergeant at arms at the time and eventually became the president. And I mean, this guy would call me names. Typically, you would knock a person out for acting like that. But I wanted to get in the club. He was a senior member. I bit my tongue. As I look back on it, I probably shouldn't have bit my tongue. But I wanted to get in. This guy was boastful and prideful, and he was just Mr. Black Sabbath. Wouldn't let me in the club, no matter what I did. And oh my goodness, there was another guy who got the Black Sabbath tattoo all on him. You know, people that get that tattoo and they haven't been in the club 5 years, I'm jaundiced against them. My eye is jaundiced. People who run around Black Sabbath forever, forever Black Sabbath. You've been in the club less than 10 years. You don't know what the hell forever is. But as a prospect, I watched those guys. I watched how they said one thing but did another. How they clicked off with their little buddies and stuff. Didn't give people a fair shot. And it came to pass that I finally got my shot. My communication skills gave me a tool that the MC discovered one day it badly needed. See, they needed more than just tough guys and braggarts and big mouths. They needed guys who could ride and sit in that saddle, ride coast to coast. And when the MC ran up against a city councilman, God rest his soul, that decided that we were some sort of city gang that he was going to get rid of and turn the police department against us, I had a best friend who owned a newspaper, and I just so happened to be the editor-in-chief there. And we were able to put an onslaught of negative press down that brought the city to the front door of the clubhouse saying, hey man, you guys gotta stop it. This is crazy. So the captain of the police department, the city attorney, and other city officials came to me, and I said, the things that you're doing to our motorcycle club, the one that wouldn't let me in, things that you're doing to our motorcycle club is unfair. And you're going to have a meeting with our leaders before we stop this public onslaught. I talk about it in my book, Public Relations Officers, the Motorcycle Club Public Relations Officers Bible. And so, the meeting came about, and all these people who had decided that they were going to squash our MC, there they were in their suits and ties and military uniform or police officer uniforms over at the MC, negotiating with us for us to be able to keep our doors open. And it came to pass that we were left the hell alone. After we had that murder in our clubhouse, the one that they were going to use to shut us all down, I was able to write articles in newspapers and magazines and fight very hard for the integrity and the reputation of the MC. When the brothers saw that I had valuable skills, the doors were open. And those guys that wouldn't let me in, the big mighty club brothers, every damn one of them is gone. One little crybaby event or another where the MC didn't see eye to eye with them or punished them or even mistreated them, because the MC will let you down. It will break your heart. And you have to be prepared when the MC breaks your heart. You have to be ready to withstand the heartache of the MC breaking your heart. You have to be able to withstand that. It's going to come. Because the MC is made up of people, human beings, and people make mistakes. And people let you down, and people break their word, and people don't come through. But if you're for the betterment of the MC, it's okay. You'll take that punishment. You'll take that heartache. You'll take that unfair break. And it won't be your desire, your ego, to split up the damn club, to harm it, to hurt it, because you didn't get your way, or you were mistreated, or the rules were not followed in your case. That's going to happen. And I think my training as a prospect who could not get in, as a prospect who was shunned by some, not by everyone, but by the movers in the MC. And the movers in the MC today, I have learned, are not necessarily the movers in the MC tomorrow. Baby boy, you'll have your day. Hang in there. Let anybody take your damn motorcycle club that you dreamed about being in, that you love, that you want, that you worked hard for, away from you. Oh, he may be the mighty president today, but you might be the mighty president tomorrow or 10 years later. Then you get to make the rules, and you will make rules that are fair for everybody, because you had to go through it the hard way. You had to go through it the unfair way, and you will make sure that no one is ever again mistreated. Not on your watch. Challenges build character. Challenges build superior attitudes and sustain superior performance. Challenges make you stronger. You ever look at skin that has a scar on it? It's much stronger than the skin that's next to it that has no scar. It got roughed up, but it healed. Whoa, we fall down, but we get up. And a saint is just a sinner who fell down, but got back up. They can't stop you. They can't stop your power. They fear you. They fear your power. They fear your strength. They fear your goodness. They fear your kindness. They fear your innocence. And they fear what you'll become if you ever get a chance to put that patch on your back. So stand up. Pick your head up. If they're putting their foot in your ass, prospect, man up. They don't know you. How could they? You're still a prospect. Man up. Stop thinking about quitting. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Hey, if you don't get the vote and they don't let you in, go for the next vote. They don't let you in, go for the next vote. They don't let you in, go for the next vote. When you make up your mind that this is what it is that you want to do, this is the MC for you, mother F that MFer. Who thinks that because he's got a few more years in the club, he doesn't want you in the club. I look for all those guys now, and I don't see them. And they told me they were Black Sabbath forever. Forever Black Sabbath. Forever is a pejorative. It's a relative term. Relative to how dedicated you are to stick to it. I don't revel in those days anymore. I've done amazing things for my motorcycle club. But I sometimes smile when I think about those guys who said, you will never be us. Not because of anything I did. Some people don't like you when they see you. They don't like you on sight. What can you do? But you keep putting in to something that you love, something that you care about, something that you dream about. I mean, they say the average millionaire has been broke 7 times, gone bankrupt, whatever the case may be. Kept swinging at it, baby. Kept swinging at it. Kept swinging at it, baby. Kept swinging at it. Stop jumping from club to club to club to club to club to club. They're all the same. Same shitty people. Forgive my cursing. Same rotten attitudes. Just a different patch on their back. Stand your ground. Make yourself irreplaceable. Find out what the MC needs that no one else can deliver. It might be something as small as writing a letter to the city council or writing a newspaper article that brings the MC up and makes them untouchable. After my efforts, we stayed in that clubhouse another 20 years. I talked to some guys. They talked about that meeting. The guys that were there. And they talked about their contribution. What they did in that meeting. And I find it often kind of interesting how seldom do they mention my name. And I think to myself, it's all right. That's not why I did it. I did it because I loved that MC. when you love the MC, there are individuals who might not be worthy of your love. You don't have to love every brother. Some of us don't love our own brothers. But you must take care of them because they are irreplaceable family, even if they don't deserve your love. So some of those guys that are still left from those days who wouldn't let me in, I still love them and love on them and treat them fantastically, because that is my responsibility to do. So I tell you, prospect, if you're having a hard time getting in the MC, burrow your ass down and work harder. And you will find your place. You'll find your spot. It'll come. And maybe one day, those who told you you'll never get in, they may wind up calling you national president. And that is unbelievable to anyone who was ever voted least likely to succeed. Keep prospecting. Make it strong. Do it right. Learn. Contribute and sacrifice. We do the MC thing forever, as it is part of our lives. And even though some say, because we're 99%ers, we're not real clubs, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. We love this thing we do as much as anybody. Love you people. Thank you for tuning in. Get skinny with me. You can find any of my books on Amazon. Johnny Bunch II. In the credits, you can find upstairs in the about, you can find how to get a hold of me. And in the description, you can find out some extra information if you care to read it. As always, it's a pleasure to hang out with you for a few minutes. Work hard. Think about we, not about I. Just about we. And get skinny.